Welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about how to come up with a book idea.
You know, sometimes when you need a book, the hardest part is coming up with an idea what it's going to be about. In this video, we'll discuss how to discover your purpose, your reader, and how to get it all put together.
What you need to start with is your big why. It's your purpose. Why are you doing this? When things get tough, and they will, writing a book takes time and effort. So if you don't have a really valid reason why you're doing this, you'll poop out. You'll just get discouraged. You'll tell yourself all these negative stories and you'll say, I'm done.
Right. Now, this is no time to be humble either. Figure out what that is you want your book to do and how you can put it together.
Yeah.
And think of why you are doing this.
What do you want your book to do for you? That's really the first question. And once you figure out what you want your book to do, then you can structure the way it's going to function. And so, for instance, do you want your book to open doors for you? Are you a speaker and you want to get gigs out of this? It works really well. Once you've got a book, people say, oh, you're an author. Come and speak to our group.
Or do you want the book just to tell your story, to make a record of your practices and your techniques that you have used in your business?
Once you have that why and you've figured out what your book is going to do for you, then it's easier to figure out what format. For instance, it might be a workbook.
Or an analogy, or a
how-to.
A how-to, or a textbook that's required reading of a course. Decide now what it's going to be.
It could be something that you want for back of the room sales. In the back of the room, you've got a stack of books and somebody's selling them, and you're up front telling about it, and your book gives all the details. The truth is, I hate to break it to you, but your book is probably not going to make you rich. What your book will do for you is open doors and help you turn your business into $1 million or $1 billion business.
Okay, at this point, don't worry about how long your book is going to be. Most business books are about 144 pages. But don't worry about it at this time. Right now is to get the idea down, and then we'll teach you the rest and what you need to do.
It could be an ebook. It could be a great big long treatise. If it's a how-to book, it's going to have a lot of photos in it. Maybe it might be a little dry at times, so you probably will want to get some stories in it and things like that. But the length of the book, that's all stuff you can figure out as you go. This is where you use your imagination. Imagine that you're holding your book. You can see the cover. It's exciting. And you start really getting excited by your book. You flip through the pages. You're amazed. I did this? I did this book? This is something I created? This is all in your mind. You're imagining it. But what we believe is what happens. If we can imagine it, then we can make it reality. Imagine handing this book to a friend and saying, we can help you create a book for your business.
You need to think too, who's going to read your book?
Yeah.
You need to know your avatar or your ideal reader so well that when you start to write, you vision her and you write to her. When you write to everybody, you write to nobody.
Yeah.
So make a list of her qualities. Know her hobbies, the color of her eyes, how much money she makes, her education, all of the details that you can come up with so that when you sit down to write, you will know her well.
You know whether she's got children or not, whether she's older, young, so that she becomes somebody real. In fact, we try to do is imagine a person and we give her a name. I mean, she's got a name. She's a real person. We don't say it in the book, but in our minds, we're thinking, this is for Marilyn. So how do you get an idea for a book? Well, you think about your avatar and what are her needs.
The other thing to think about is, what do people come to you and ask you questions about in your business? What's the main subject that they come to you to talk about?
What do you get excited about? What are you passionate about? What do you want to be talking about in 3 or 4 years?
What do you wish people had told you before they passed that would have helped you in your business?
What do you need to get into a book before you leave this world? And you know, we can all go at any time.
What message, story, system, technique that you have developed that you would like others to use and to increase their joy and happiness in their situation?
What can you put in your book that will do that? Well, a few years ago, you wrote a book, Raj. How did you come up with the idea?
Well, the book I wrote is Writing Content. Writing Content is a book about how to write magazine articles and on content for the internet. To be honest, my purpose in writing is that I wanted to write a book. And
did you believe you could write a book?
I couldn't. It was on my bucket list as one of the things I wanted to do. And so I decided that I would put down my thoughts on how to write a magazine article, because that's what I had spent most of my career doing.
Right. That was your expertise.
Yes. And I did not, in the beginning, I did not think I could do it. I thought it was too complicated. I didn't want to spend that much time on it. I thought it would take
How long
2 or 3
did you
years.
think? Yeah.
I wrote it and published it in 4 months. And so it taught me that it can be done, even if you have a busy life. You can still put it together.
There has never been a better time to write books than now. There has never been a time with more resources, more opportunity, more worldwide reach. So take the plunge. This is something you've always wanted to do. We've got a free gift for you. It's a book preparedness assessment.
It's a checklist that you can go through to see how prepared you are to write your book right now. We call it, You Are More Ready to Write Your Book Than You Thought. It's free. We give it to you as a gift. Go ahead and click the link below in the description.